They just will not stop with the UFO files.
UFO files just dropped, and somehow this is already worse than the Epstein files. Even Trump says in his post, "What the hell is going on?" Well, have fun, enjoy, and I'm already getting flashbacks. They have the hard drive, and they're going to show us everything UFO related, similar to when they had the Epstein binders, and everyone got so excited for almost nothing. Anyway, this is by far the most interesting video. It looks like a star-shaped shadow that is floating around, leaving some type of trail. It's moving in a zigzag pattern without really any other context. Then it's a UAP report in 2013. Here's another video of a little UAP flying through turbines in 2024. This is also from the Middle East, and it seems like a lot of these videos are from the Middle East. A lot of the videos are just tiny little floating objects, and the only context is their UAPs and the location that it was taken. There's also a lot of photos on the website. This is the most interesting one, but it's a sketch. It's an FBI lab rendered overlay from 2023 of a bronze metallic object materializing out of a bright light in the sky 100 to 200 feet in length and disappearing instantaneously. There's also a bunch of other pictures. You can't really see much. I go in depth on my YouTube video, but I mean, this stuff is really just getting hard to believe at this point.
One of our subscribers said this: "Sorry bro, but the UFO in the video is a flare. You can see the smoke coming from the back and catch a glimpse of the parachute a few times." Honestly, the flare idea is probably more believable than what they're trying to tell us. And let's be honest, most of these videos that they're showing now have already been debunked. They tell us, "We've got the files, the UFO files." And they give us these, I don't even know what to call these clips.
Well, it turns out the star-shaped UFO that some members of Congress think is an angel is actually just a flare with a parachute attached to it. And in the video the Pentagon released, you can literally see the parachute. Take a look. There it is, very clearly on the left-hand side of the screen. Attached to the parachute is a flare leaving a trail of smoke. This is not an angel or a demon. Here's a very simple picture explaining how it works. The flare is dropped from an airplane, the parachute deploys, and the flare ignites. The Pentagon released several other videos showing obvious parachutes with flares attached to them, claiming they're UAPs. Members of Congress like Lauren Boebert said this is demonic, and Anna Paulina Luna posted a picture of a biblically accurate angel, claiming that's what this was. The Pentagon also released this picture of an actual space alien, 100% real. Here's another image of it, and as you can tell, this is clearly a space alien. There's no other explanation. Except it's actually a 1950 hoax photo published by a German magazine as an April Fool's joke. And it's on the official Department of Defense government website, page 99. You can check it out yourself. This is pathetic.
These UFO files, man. Such a pity. I'm gonna give it another name. Let's call it the Deception Files.
Breaking news. This video was recorded at a data center in Florida. Have a listen to what it sounds like when this thing starts up in the morning. Although I'm surprised it's not running all the time. Maybe this is just it running. But check this out. I remember not too long ago, using electricity and diesel caused climate change. But now data centers use as much power as cities, and it's no problem. And wait until people wrap their heads around what these things will finally be used for, which is for Agenda 2030, the running of the whole AI operation behind the scenes, which is supposed to govern and control us. We need to say no to all of this stuff, but in the meantime, we got to be of sound mind and sound body, because with all the craziness that's coming around in 2030, we do not want to have calcified pineal glands and be full of fluoride and GMOs and pesticides for what deceptions they have coming around the corner.
This guy's got a point, you know. At one stage, we were being told that everything that we're doing is causing greenhouse effects. We're tearing up the atmosphere. By the sounds of these data centers, we are definitely on the way to a climate crisis. Or at the very least, a disturbing the peace crisis, because Mother Nature is going to be having a headache from the noise coming from these data centers.
Starting tomorrow, do not send Instagram DMs. Privacy is dead. They are ending end-to-end encryption. What does that mean? End-to-end encryption was the thing that was making it so that Instagram could not read what you were messaging others. But starting tomorrow, that is no longer the case. Because they said that very few people were opting into end-to-end encrypted messaging in DMs, they're removing the option from Instagram. This means that anything you send to anybody on Instagram can be read by Instagram. No, that doesn't mean that someone physically at Instagram is going to read it, although they might, but with advances in AI, I wouldn't be surprised. This should scare you. Do not expect your Instagram messages to be private. They might as well remove messaging in general. The unfortunate thing is that the average idiot won't care at all. That's most of the country. If you feel that somehow every company these days seems to be moving backwards on privacy, it's because they are. Starting tomorrow, no more Instagram DMs. You are not the customer, you are the product. They are going to be reading your DMs to train their AI models and to sell you stuff.
Most people will say things like chat encryption is great because it's going to catch out the criminals. They can't do illegal things online. But what this guy said about you becoming the product is very true. Now that there's no chat encryption, the metaverse, aka Mr. Zuckerberg, can just do whatever he wants with all of the information that we're giving him through our messages. So maybe there is a slight reason to be concerned.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, there is no turning back now, people. We've been talking about this revolution for a very long time. We really need this revolution to happen sooner rather than later. I can already see the amount of people that are jumping out of their seats thinking,
yes, finally we can catch all of these criminals with our digital ID.
Little do they know that this is the initiation for Big Brother. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, comment your opinions in the comment section. We are doing this weekly, and believe me, we are creating the greatest community on YouTube. I'm not gonna hold you. Let's get to the next video.
Something disturbing just happened at the Met Gala. Take a look at this. It all started with Katy Perry and her 6 fingers. Tons of people are talking about this, but few know what it actually means. And no, this isn't just random AI weirdness. The Bible actually mentions people with 6 fingers, but they aren't just normal people. 2 Samuel describes a war at Gath. There was a man of great stature who had 6 fingers, and he was descended from the giants. But wait, why are giants relevant? Well, that's where this gets wild. Katie went on to boldly flaunt a tarot card on the red carpet, the Magician, which is specifically associated with manifestation and turning spiritual energy into physical reality. So how does this all connect? Let me cook for a sec. When I search this in Logos, we see that scripture traces giants to a transgression that breached the boundary between divine and human realms. The sons of God, aka fallen angels, found human women attractive and took them as wives, after which the Nephilim appeared on the earth as offspring. These Nephilim hybrids were wiped out by Noah's flood. But here's the curveball. Jesus warned that the last days would be like the days of Noah. So when we put all this together, a pattern emerges. So when Katy Perry shows up with a 6-finger glove, an alien mask, and tarot card imagery, the theme isn't just weird fashion. It visually points to an altered humanity, mankind corrupted, the human image distorted, and creation twisted away from what God designed.
Honestly, the creative directors for the Met Gala really thought they were cooking. Katy Perry is out here dressed like the Lost Power Ranger. She's really out here looking like a demonic Power Ranger.
Thought the other one was bad, which was this one right here, which is the Hanta. But guess what? Right now, there's a cruise ship with over 115 sick in neurovirus outbreak on the ship coming to Florida to the Everglades. This ship took off from the Everglades and it's now coming back to the Everglades because 115 people are sick to neurovirus. Literally a couple days ago, we had this thing going off where like 23 people, that number grew like to 40 right now, has gotten the hantavirus and was sick on this ship right here. But then people got out, returned home to all corners around the globe, including the United States, to states like California, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Virginia, South Africa, Switzerland, Netherlands, United Kingdom, France, literally everywhere. That thing is about to spread and hundreds of people are being monitored right now as we speak. This one from 23 to global, and literally today, cruise ship with over 115 people sick of neurovirus. I thought 2016 was good, so 2026 is going to be even better, but looks like, look at this. What is going on? What is going on?
It is official. 2026, we cannot catch a break. Honestly, the C virus back in 2021, the hantavirus all of a sudden, and this norovirus. Honestly, if you guys were to ask me which one I'll choose, because imagine you had to choose a virus, I'd probably choose the norovirus because, you know, sit on the toilet for a whole day. The hantavirus is basically an express ticket to heaven or hell, whichever one you choose, if you know what I mean.
So this is occultist S.L. Mathers, not to be confused with Marshall Mathers. No relation, allegedly. Something interesting about S.L. Mathers is that he was a Freemason. That is true. You know who else was technically a Freemason? It was this guy. You all recognize him. He is Aleister Crowley. Now, was Aleister Crowley officially in the books of the Freemason? Technically, no. He was an unofficial Mason, but he was officially a part of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which was founded by S.L. Mathers. These two wrote quite a few books together, or I should say, translated quite a few books together. See, S.L. Mathers knew something about Aleister Crowley that many were not giving him credit for. You can imagine during the time of the occultists, you had S.L. Mathers, something like a Joe Rogan per se. Aleister Crowley would have been more of the Alex Jones.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
So why am I talking about this? Well, I'm talking about it because we are entering a time now where we can officially say that we are in the days of Noah. And as many of you know, in the days of Noah, there were fallen angels. It was Aleister Crowley who said, today they call them angels and demons, and tomorrow they'll call them something else. Just gets weirder and weirder.
All of this knowledge, man. And people want to try and make it seem like history is just, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter all the things that people wrote in the past. All of it is just null and void because we're here in the present and you need to forget about what happened in history. It seems to me like we are seeing the work of Aleister Crowley and S.L. Mathers as we are living right now. So we can't say that their work was null and void.
Bro, post this in 2022 WTF. Check out this X-Files episode from 1998.
Are you familiar with the hantavirus, Agent Mulder?
Yeah, it was a deadly virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States several years ago. You're saying it was such a small outbreak?
No. I'm saying it wasn't the hantavirus.
Well, what was?
Plague to end all plagues, Agent Mulder. A silent weapon for a quiet war. The systematic release of an indiscriminate organism. Once the men who bring it on still have no cure. They've been working on this for 50 years. Secretly negotiating a planned Armageddon.
Negotiating with whom?
I think you know. The timetable has been set. We'll have a holiday away from troubles. The president will declare a state of emergency, at which time all government, all federal agencies will come under the power of the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
I have goosebumps, people!
If you came from our older channel, first of all, thank you very much. You know that I've said this many times, that it seems like the powers that be, they put all of these, what I call it, messages in all the shows so that they can kind of like avoid karmic retribution. They could also be doing it to conjure up everybody's manifestation energy for it to actually happen. But you can't deny the truth that something definitely smells fishy.
Can anyone here describe what possibly happened here? So I had the brisket in the smoker and I didn't leave it on long enough, and this wasn't tender. It was pretty chewy.
I already see the issue.
So I decided to throw it in the oven and let it cook down. Same temperature, 250, whatever. But there's this clear, sticky, like this can't be the fat at 250 degrees.
Oh my
It's almost like
days.
a plastic consistency.
Oh my.
What happened?
Oh, look at that.
What is this? Look at that. And it's thick.
So you're trying to tell me just as we are breathing all these heavy metals, the animals are basically eating plastic? Because what is going on here? At first you're thinking to yourself, yeah, that's probably just some fat, but it legit looks like melted plastic. What is going on?
What do you mean I can get a speeding ticket without ever getting pulled over? Welcome to Avis, and no, not the car rental company, but automatic vehicle identification system. They're kind of like the flock cameras that you see at the traffic lights. So these cameras are completely ran by AI algorithm, and they can detect your speed and then issue a ticket. What happens is Avis will pay the bill and then forward it to you, and then you pay them back along with administration fees. Yes, so the penalties can range from $50 to $500, and the states that are participating in this and issuing tickets as of right now is California, Illinois, Maryland, New York, Oregon, Colorado, and Washington, D.C. So buckle up. We are in for a ride.
Everybody's solution now is just, yep, let's turn to the AI. It seems like we just have lost all hope of doing things for ourselves. And it also seems like nobody has watched The Matrix.
Be the shittiest people. I swear, every single person I know from my years on this planet, they have the most friends. Everybody loves them. Life is great, even though they're terrible people. And the nicest people I know, very tight-knit circle, more quiet, you know what I'm saying, calm, out the way. Why it work like that? What the fuck is going on?
So I watched this video and I came across this Bible passage. Yes, I'm bringing Bible passages now because, to be quite honest, it's relevant and it hit. So it's a Psalm 37. So fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Now, obviously, I think the Bible is a beautiful tool and a beautiful book because there's a way that you can interpret the things of the Bible. But I think applying what's in this passage to what this guy is saying is very important because of the part where it's talking about not being envious of other people. Now, I've known this for pretty much forever, where it comes to people who are probably the most heinous people tend to have the most people around them. Just because someone is popular or just because they have lots of friends doesn't necessarily mean that they are good people. And so that's why also comparison is a thief of joy. We must be able to live our own lives and be satisfied with our own lives. Like me, myself, to be quite honest, I don't have too many friends. Very, very, very tight-knit circle. As a matter of fact, last couple of months I've been going through a thing where I would say I've been put in more of an isolation phase than more of an outside and having a lot of people around me phase, and I don't see anything wrong with this. As a matter of fact, I see this as a way to step back, to propel. And yeah, it's crazy how we live in this world now where it seems like people are envious of the popularity or the people who have many friends, and I think we just need to be able to sit within ourselves and know yourself and know that at the end of the day, it's not people, it's not what's outside that's gonna bring you to a place of fulfillment or your greater self. I think it's about, looking within and untying all of the knots of the trauma, all that stuff, and coming back to God and praying and just being satisfied with the people that are around you, your family, your community. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, as you guys know, I've been doing this rant at the end of these videos, so I just thought I would leave you guys with that. All right, a quick shout out to all of you people who have subscribed from Yinka That Guy. It does not go unnoticed. As you know, he is my bruh, so I appreciate you for coming. Believe me, we are gonna grow this channel and stay tuned for more. I got a lot of promises that I want to say, but I'm gonna hold it to myself. All right, newcomers, if you've made it this far, this video right here is recommended just for you. Click it, view it, like it, leave your comment in the comment section, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. All right, take care of yourselves, and as always, stay curious and stay blessed. Peace. Do not be envious of workers of iniquity. That word is powerful. Yeah, take that home.